Whether you're watching your favorite NBA team at the arena, the bar, or hanging at home, grab an ice-cold Michelob Ultra and enjoy every moment of the NBA season. Stock up today and watch your team drop buckets with a bucket full of ice-cold Ultra. Michelob Ultra. Superior light beer.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2026 Anheuser-Busch. Michelob Ultra. Registered light beer. St. Louis, Missouri. Must be 21 plus to order alcohol. Alcohol available only in select markets.
LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. We cannot stop your new clients from emailing you at 3 a.m. We can help you sell, market, and hire in one place. We cannot help you be in 3 places at once. And while we can't help you organize your calendar, LinkedIn can help you land more clients so you have a calendar to organize. Grow your small business on LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/smallbusiness.
And we're back. With a change of the shirt, we have just jumped into our second of the evening. Tonight's guest is an absolute legend who made it all the way to the Theatre of Dreams, an illustrious career in England and Northern Ireland, and he's here on the spot with me. It's Mr. Tom Sloan. Sir, how are you doing?
I'm okay. Johnny, thank you very much for the invite.
Thank you for coming and dedicating your time. I am thoroughly excited after my research to jump into what's been an incredible career. And there's not many people who get to play for United.
No.
Not many.
Definitely not.
Especially not from Ballymena.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We Ballymena. But listen, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. What are you doing at the minute? What is it that keeps you, I wouldn't say keeps you going. That's obviously life. But...
DIY, Johnny.
Okay.
Keeps me going at the minute. I was painting window frames today.
Is
I'm
this
usually
the
doing the
doors and
gardens,
the
I'm doing the
kids?
hedges. My daughters live in the same estate, so
You're
I'm
stuck.
sort of from one to the other and to the other, and then just go around in circles.
Oh, yeah.
Aye, clean
They
them
have your
as
wrap
well.
don't they?
I think I get a wee job.
You might have to do the rest of the
paid for
street.
it.
You could. Oh, God. I mean, I have my dad. My windows are stinking. My child's been fingers everywhere,
Oh, yes,
tongues
aye.
everywhere, spit.
Aye.
And God love him, he's been stressing out. So hopefully he bites a bullet at some stage and does it for me.
Well,
You know?
if you take him out a wee walk, he maybe wouldn't be out the windows.
Well, that's it. But listen, again, thank you so much. But to have you in the hot seat tonight's been an absolute pleasure. Okay. Because as I touched on, United, Northern Ireland, all the players that you came up with, playing with, fantastic career all around.
Yeah.
But how does that get started for you?
Well, my football career was from primary school. I remember the primary school team getting picked and I wasn't in it.
Okay.
And I came down. I lived about 4 streets from the school. And I could go up the backs of the 4 streets right to the front of the school in Harryville. And I came down crying to my mum. And she says, "What's wrong?" She called me Thomas. "What's wrong, Thomas?" I says, "Mum, I'm not in the team. I love football. Loved it." And she says, "Right, well, we'll see about that then." So she marched me up the school, up the backs, up in the front door, down the wee corridor, into where we played indoor. And she called on the teacher, Mr. Sterling. Well, everybody would know Mr. Sterling from Harryville. And he's a lovely man. And she called him out. She says, "What's wrong with my Thomas? Why is my Thomas not getting picked for this team and all the rest of it?" He says, "All right, Mrs. Sloan." He says, "That's okay. Just bring him in." So he took me in. And I never looked back.
The fear of a mother.
I never looked back.
Well-
Like, Harryville School always won the cups.
Okay.
You know, the amount of photographs of every generation, they were sitting with 2 cups. Local cups, like. And so I got in there, and then when I moved to intermediate, my teacher, sports teacher, was Alec McKee.
Okay.
So I played for the 3rd and 4th years. When I was 3rd year, I played 4th year. We only had a 4th year team. And then 4th year I played. So captain that won the Cane Cup twice. My brother John won it. And my brother Raymond won it. So 3 years won it, but I got it twice. So I had one up in them.
Nice.
And then because of Alec, when I played for the Homers, I was maybe 16 when I got my first game for the Raglan Homers. It's now the Harryville Homers.
Okay.
I got my first game there, and played for them for a while. And then Ballymena got interested, so I went up with the reserves. My brother John was playing for Ballymena, but I felt it wasn't getting anywhere, so I decided I was going back to the Homers. So I didn't go to training. I was at Big Alec met me down. I was up at the shop for my mum was coming back, and Big Alec met me and says, "What are you doing?" I says, "I'm not going back, Alec. I'm not getting. I don't feel as if I'm getting anywhere. I'm not, and I enjoy my football at the other level." He says, "Come back and I'll get you in the first team in 2 weeks." I was sort of shocked at this.
Big statement.
He says 2 weeks. He says, "I'll get you in the first team in 2 weeks." Well, if I'd have wore the Ballymena blue colour, I'd have been happy.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else that came after was a bonus. I just wanted to play for Ballymena.
Okay, yeah.
I supported them.
Yeah, local lad.
Local lads supported him, went all over the country supporting him. And I went back, and within 2 weeks was in the team. And we made the cup final, and we also finished in the bottom two, but because the other wee teams down below in the division below, their ground didn't come up to standard, so nobody actually fell out of the first division.
Yeah.
So we like I say, we got relegated there. We got the cup final. Linfield was just too good.
Mm-hmm.
Just too good for us. And then
you're still, what, 16, 17 at this stage?
No, I was coming, I think cup final, I was 18.
18. Still very young, isn't it, to feature in a cup final?
Yeah. And then from there, things just went so quick. So that we at Ballymena we played on the bottom pitch while the main stand, the stand had been burnt. The wooden stand had been burnt to the ground, and they built a new stand, and they invited Danny Blanchflower, to come and open it. Freddie McFall, who was the money man then at Ballymena, he was organising all this. There was a Datsun car. We used to wear the shirts, Phillips Datsun, and there was a raffle for a Datsun car.
Okay.
That was really good in them days. That was really big.
I was about to say, you don't get those now.
No, you wouldn't even get them
park
now.
out the side.
You wouldn't get them now.
No chance.
So we played the Glens. The Glens beat us. The top two then was the top two. They were hard to beat. And Danny got me a trial at Tottenham.
Did that initially, had he been watching you to be like, okay, Tom has a bit about him and I have connections and we're going to do this? Or was it a word of mouth sort of thing where...
He was at the game.
Okay, so he just seen you for that game.
He's seen something.
Mm-hmm.
I only played 40 games.
Still very young to play 40 games at men's football.
Yeah. All right, I remember that game with a winger, Jimmy Nelson.
Okay.
And Rod McCreary was playing right back. And Jim was a flying machine. So Jim knocked her ahead of him, and Rob just cleaned him. Took him out onto the track, the track down the showgrounds. So I was young, I was cheeky. I just says, "What are you, referee? What?" And Big Robson that played at the back, he came by me and he hit me a slap in the face. A slap, no, I think he hit me a slap in the face because I was so young, but it was so green.
Yeah,
if I knew all about them, I wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
So I just referee didn't see it. Nothing was done of it, but
tackles
learned me to keep my mouth shut.
Tackles back in the day were, I mean, you kind of got away with a lot, didn't you?
Yeah.
God.
But I ended up, Danny seen something and set me up with a trial.
Whenever you get the opportunity to go, did you ever think that there was a potential of you leaving Ballymena to go to England? Because it obviously it turns around very quickly for you, because you start representing Northern Ireland, you go to the under-21s at this stage, you're starting to go over the trial to Tottenham. What does that trial look like for you? Is it a couple of weeks here? Is it a couple of days?
Well, I believed in myself. I went to a schoolboy international trial in Belfast once. Alec organised it. And I travelled up to Belfast. I was up in the Lisburn Road waiting to get a lift to get picked up. And the lift never came. And no mobiles. So I phoned my mum, or my house. I don't know whether it was my mum answered or not. I says, get in touch with Alec to ring this man to tell him, where are you?
Yeah.
Where are you? This young fella's standing here for about a couple of hours. So the fella came, and he took me, and I forget where we were training, whether it was Orangefield or somewhere, but I was the wee country fella, Ballymena, and the rest of the boys they all knew each other, and I felt really awkward.
Yeah.
But once on the pitch, I didn't care. I didn't care. I felt but backward being there, and then once I got on the pitch, that was it. I was just focused on,
It's cliche to
I
say
did the
this,
best.
but football does the talking at that stage, doesn't it?
Yeah, very much so. And everything had been going well for me, happening quickly, nearly too quick, I think.
Right.
So I went to Tottenham for five days. Jerry Armstrong was there at that time. They were in the old second division.
Okay.
But they were coming up. And I stayed by a wee woman just at the ground there, a wee English woman, and I stayed by a fella from Dublin, Tom Heffernan. And then I came back, never heard any news, and then I was invited to Norway and Sweden with the first team. So I got over to Heathrow. I made my way to the hotel, and then I joined them with them the next day when they came, and we went to Norway and Sweden. Hoddle, Jerry was there. Lots of famous Spurs players.
See, whenever you're initially waiting, so you do those 5 days, and you come back, do you think that's it? I haven't done enough. They haven't given me any indication here.
I'd only played friendly. I trained with them, and then I played for the reserves, and I scored the winner against QPR.
Always helps.
Always helps as a midfielder.
Mm-hmm.
So they must have thought it was worth an hour look at.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to Norway and Sweden with him, came back, and at Heathrow Airport, it was Keith Birkinshaw, the one that brought Ozzy Ardiles and Ricky Villa.
Okay.
He says, I'm sorry, Tom, we're not going to sign you. Thanks very much for coming. We just think we have young players that are just as good as you are. We wouldn't be improving anything we have at the minute. Like you're talking about Mickey Hazard and players like that went on to play for Spurs and Chelsea. So they were coming through. So I just thanked them, and I came back, and then the following year I think it was maybe that summer they
I wasn't
the
too
World Cup.
Wasn't too long between. Now, one thing that I have to talk about, and I've heard so much around, is Glenn Hoddle. So whether that's been how he is as a manager, what he is like as a coach, but ultimately when you talk about how he was as a player,
I can only talk about what he was like a player.
what was that like?
He was just gifted. It's gifted. Like I say on my TV too. Like, you're once you see these fellas and then you're going over and mixing with them, it's hard to grasp you're there.
Yeah.
So it's just, you think,
They're
I
superstars,
don't
aren't
deserve to be here.
Yeah.
I don't deserve to be here. What am I doing here?
Yeah.
But I came back from there, and then within 2 weeks, I was asked to go to the Bohall to meet Tommy Kavanagh, who was assistant to Danny Blanchflower at Northern Ireland, and Tommy was assistant coach to Dave Sexton at United.
Mm-hmm.
I met him at the Bohall. We went in a month's trial. Within 2 weeks, I was signed.
What do you think initially because Danny Blanchflower seems to be quite a big Tom Sloan advocate here from the start off, but what do you think he's seen in you to think, I'm going to try and push this kid to make sure he gets his move?
I think he probably seen how I was green, but my attitude, my fight, my determination, my engine was there, and with working with a ball every day, he would improve again.
Mm-hmm.
And
The potential.
yeah,
More so.
potential.
Did you ever think at any stage, are you a United fan?
I was a Chelsea fan.
Okay.
When Chelsea won the 1970 FA Cup final against Leeds, a replay at Old Trafford, Chelsea, was it Davy Webb scored the header from a Hutchinson long throw. We all my mates and all, we were practically all Chelsea supporters. Yeah. They were a great team to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So they were.
Was United something that you like? You're never ever going to say no. Doesn't matter who you support, what you're going to do. The Red Devils come knock on your.
My brother Raymond says to me, he was a United fan. I was Chelsea, and he says to me, "If Man United come in for you tomorrow, you'll be away." I says, "Wise up! I wouldn't play for Manchester United." But when they came in, I was delighted.
Yeah, you're jumping.
I was delighted. So 2 weeks, and the funny thing about it was too, after that season, next season coming in, I was back at White Hart Lane in the quarter final of the FA Cup. The same year that Arsenal beat them 3-2. I was there at White Hart Lane, and we beat them in the replay. They got a draw at Old Trafford, and we went down there, and I was a member of the squad.
Yeah.
I wasn't playing. In them days, you had 12 men, John.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know,
No subs. Yeah.
you took a 13th man if you were going as far as London.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if somebody was sick, then hopefully it was only one person got injured or sick, then you had a chance of stepping in.
What I have to ask you here is, what was it like to finally sign that deal for United?
If we knew more about our sleep, what would we do differently? Would we go to bed at a consistent time or take steps to reduce interruptions to our sleep? With Sleep Score, Apple Watch measures your bedtime consistency, interruptions, and sleep duration. Then, every morning it combines these factors into an easy-to-understand score from 1 to 100. So you'll know how to take the quality of your sleep from okay to very high. Know your sleep score with Apple Watch. iPhone 11 or later required.
This is what everyone's talking about.
Everything's on the table.
This is what champions come to take. This is what everyone came to see.
And the slam!
No do-overs. No second chances. No more Mr. Nice Guy. This is winner take all. The NBA Finals continue on ABC and the ESPN app.
Just going up on Les Olive, the secretary. I remember Les well, and signing, and you had lots of young fellas there from all over trying to get a contract.
Mm-hmm.
But I settled in right quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was homesick, but I settled in the football side really quick. You know,
Did that hold you back at all?
enjoyed it. Homesickness. It nearly held me back, but it probably helped me once, because I came home and I wasn't going to go back. I missed the flight back. And my mum says, "Oh, you have to go home. You have to go, Touch. You're going to have to pay all that money back." You go. I says, "Mommy, no, that's not the way it works."
That's not how it works.
But I did go back, and I met Dave Sexton in the car park just outside Old Trafford. I says, "Can I have a word with you, boss?" And he says, "Yeah, sure." So he jumped in the club car. It was a big brown car. Most of them got club cars. I didn't get one. And
you weren't there.
I was just outside.
You weren't there.
Outside getting one. And I says to him, "Look, boss, I'll tell you the honest truth, I wasn't coming back." I says, "I'm homesick. I was my football side, I was enjoying it, and I was playing well.
Yeah.
I knew I was playing well." And he says, okay, he says, I understand. He says, stay away. I'll bring you along with the team. You know, I'll bring you along with us. So they took me to the first team. So you got a feeling of the grandeur, and you wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted that,
Yeah.
you know.
That next step.
Rather than going looking from the stands, you were actually down on the pitch level, and you could see you were so close to making that debut.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't long after that, actually, that I got a chance at my debut.
Yeah.
And it poured out the heavens on the Friday night, and I thought, this is going to go off tomorrow. You know,
Please don't go.
and I forget, was it Ray Wilkins? Was he injured? Give me the chance. And I thought, oh, it's going to get cancelled, and then Ray's going to be back again. I've lost my chance. But I was okay. The match went ahead, but the ball was catching in the water.
Right.
And I'd made this run, and I think it was Sammy Mack. I'd run that way to the age of 18, and Sammy just played it through, and I was just about meeting the ball like this at the age of 18, and the ball stuck in the water.
You ran past it?
Well, no, I didn't run past it. It just never reached me. So, you know, so I thought to myself, if I could have got that chance,
Aye.
I might have scored in my debut.
That would have been class.
Because I like one-on-ones with the keepers.
Yeah.
I like that. We practice everything. And one of the things another thing we practiced, I played against Stoke. We beat them 3-0. And I got the ball and was taken up to the fullback. And I played it just actually a wee bit further. I wanted to play it. But the left back, he came to get it. And I was quick. Over short distance. And as he came, I got there and knocked it past him. And at the Stretford end, I was running towards the Stretford end. And that week, we had trained at another location. And we had practiced the ball running out and us crossing it across the goal. And I just done the same as we had practiced. And I just clipped it. And who was there? With big Gordon McQueen.
Right.
At the Stretford end, and I just come up and I just hit it up in the roof of the net. And I have a photo at home where I'm standing, wee Tommy Sloan standing, big Gordon standing, and the Stretford end behind, and he's pointing down. I made the goal, like assist.
Mm-hmm.
That's an assist.
Yeah.
In them days,
Still
but there was no assist in them days.
But but here, what a memory. Now, as you say, we've touched on there that not everybody gets the opportunity to that 1% play for United, and especially back then, you're talking about the obstacles that you only have 12 men. There's a lot of people sitting on the benches in the stand for an opportunity to come. Mm-hmm. So that opportunity for you was probably very difficult to come. But who was in front of you? What sort of players were involved at that time with you?
Lou McCarry,
Right.
Sammy McElroy, Butch Wilkins, who's my boyhood hero.
Mm-hmm.
I supported Chelsea. He captained Chelsea 18.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great player. Although he got a lot of stick, Ray, I think wrongly too, because he used to call him a crab because he passed the ball sideways. But there's a lot more to him.
The modern day football is
nearly the same.
Same thing.
So he was just playing before his time.
Yeah, that's it. He was too smart. Everybody else
keep the ball.
Wasn't
keep the
on
ball.
his level.
So that was the major midfielders. Stevie Couple was on the right, Mickey Thomas on the left.
Was Lou McCarry the same person that we hear about when you listen to the other podcast? The enthusiasm, the fun, the outgoing person. Was that always him?
Well, not with me. I didn't mix with Lou.
Okay.
I would have mixed with Ashley Grimes and that, but Kev Moran. So I wouldn't have knew much about Lou, what he was at. I knew he went out and liked to drink, like every footballer more or less did.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a nice enough.
Yeah.
Nice enough.
And you have a seriously talented bunch of players.
Lou's done a lot for the community, Stoke, the homeless. I have to give him a lot of credit there. He's done really well.
He has.
He owned a wee chippy at the top of up the Warwick Road. He owned a wee chippy as well when he was playing, so he'd maybe done all right at that too, but I don't know. Match days he would have done all right, but I don't think he would have done all right
throughout the week. Yeah, saving it all for the Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of you getting the opportunity, you only obviously limited across the time, but you were there for 2 years, 3 years, nearly. Sum up your time at United.
Learned a lot very quickly, playing with the ball every day. You'd surprise yourself sometimes, because we played one touch, and you know yourself, so no footballer really likes the one touch, you know, but it makes you get your head up and think ahead, and as a fella without the ball, to get in there and support, you know. I think if I watched the Southern Morning League there, I watched the Homers, and they've had some great teams, and they knocked it about. They were great. I watched them training, and I couldn't believe how good they were.
Yeah,
I watched that team, the team that won the major trophies in that division of football. I thought they were fantastic. But I learned to think ahead. I did that in the Irish League because for all the time I was there, I played against Korean and Murray. Aiden Murray was like, he was thinking ahead. You know, when the ball came and bang, away. You were spinning it. So they taught you to start thinking about it again. And in one touch, and I'm saying it was a surprise, I got to the stage you weren't even thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know.
Muscle memory near enough. What are you doing?
Well,
that's what you're doing.
I don't know about muscle memory. I haven't got a lot of muscles.
I would say like a small contact of a man running around the theatre of dreams there. It's
I was about 9 stone, 9.5 stone.
Yeah. So look, I wish that's my leg.
I put the weight on too, Tom.
So you've 3 years there. You're massive influences at the club. Did you want to continue to stay at United, or how did that sort of? Did you know maybe towards the end that it was? Do you know what? Maybe I have to go and apply a trade somewhere else.
Well, after making my debut at United, I played for Northern Ireland, which that was that was another stepping stone. Within no time, of leaving Ballymena. So I got my 3 caps there.
So you have,
and then there was a change of managers, Johnny. As you know yourself, changes of managers changes the outlook for nearly everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it's an individual thing with your manager. Either he rates you or he doesn't rate you, and the one that comes along, maybe he fancies somebody else's playing rather than you. I know centre forwards are, you know, somebody says he's a good finisher, he's lazy, or you know, everybody.
It's all a pile of
that affects
opinions.
everybody.
It does, yeah.
When I was at United, it was Dave Sexton and then Ron Atkinson came. Totally changed everything. And then when they brought the players like Robson, Moses, 2 midfielders. Brian Robson, one of the best players.
Yeah.
One of the best midfielders, probably. English midfielders, you know, for that era. Definitely was at that era. And then you see that, and not only that there, there was young players coming behind me, and I didn't rate them. But they were actually getting ahead of me in reserves.
Okay. And
I thought, oh no, this is going pear-shaped here.
Yeah.
But I thought then once the new contract came, I wanted.
So they wanted you to stay?
I was offered a contract.
Okay.
Yeah. At the same money. When I first went there, my contract was £100 a week for 2 years. Because I'd done so well the first year, they paid me £100 extra for the second year. And then the third contract was for 200.
Okay.
Right? And then the other contract, that was for 200. So I thought, try and get a bit more. So I asked him, could I get a wee bit more? And he says, I'll put it to the board. Within a few days, you come back. And he says, you can have the 200, your contract, or you can have it free.
Well, you can leave.
And when I looked about the way things were shaping, about the young boys coming through, and the players, you're never getting ahead of, they would have to get injured for you even have a chance. I thought to myself, I'll take the chance. And that was a bad decision because there was about 300 professionals offloaded that year. Young Billy Wright had played for Everton, ex-captain Everton. He was one of them. Okay. He was one of the more famous ones with all the appearances. He was one of them. So I actually struggled. To get a club. And then Chester came in. And I went to Chester for £170 a week. Right. And I had to travel to Chester. So
you were down to 150.
Not very good business. Not very good business.
But then you wouldn't have been advised at this stage. There's no one there bar you to kind of...
I should have maybe. I talked to Harry Gregg.
Okay.
Harry lived near me, just across the field, out in Seal, Cheshire. And I was in Diggs. And I went round and I says to him, told him, he says, what's up to yourself, wee man? He says, what's up to you? He says, you know the way things are. And this is right. So
good to see that Harry helped you out.
If Harry would have said to me, there's going to be a lot of professionals this year. Yeah. Offload it. Hold on for a while. Mm-hmm. And might be difficult for you doing it. Mm-hmm. You know, you're not getting a chance because of X, Y, or Z. So I if he could have given me that advice, it would have helped. But he's not Merlin.
No, well, true. He's not
Merlin.
Can't rub the crystal ball and tell you what's going to happen either. Do you know what I mean?
He used to come and train us, in the afternoons.
Was he good?
Oh, blood and thunder.
Yeah,
blood and thunder. There's no being nice with you. No being nice with you. He just told you bluntly.
Do you know
what are you doing?
You appreciate that though in a way, don't you? Like it can be tough at times.
Well, it was Harry Gregg.
Yeah.
Anybody else you met is some. So I was playing a match once, a friendly match, and Tommy Kavanagh used to join in, and Tommy couldn't run. He pulled his leg with him. He joined in the five-a-sides, and when you passed the ball at him, there's no way that ball could be the width of that table.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting it.
Yeah.
And then if you thought I'll play a wee bit forward, he could move forward. That wasn't the way to do.
He can't run on it.
And then we played a friendly, or we were playing among ourselves, and the other coach under Ron Atkinson, he is actually a scout at United now. I forget his name. Just forget his name in a minute. Mick Brown. That was it. And we were playing a match, and he wanted the ball, and I tried to do something else with the ball, and I lost the ball. And he says, he got at me. And I told him, F off.
Okay. To keep it polite.
So that was okay. I'm going back down the pitch, getting back into position, and he chases all the way down the pitch after me. And he says, what did you say to me? I says, I told you, F off. Off you go. This is a cliff training ground where you go up the hill and you can there's a glass front at windows, you can look down over the pitch. And he sent me off. So when I went in, I got washed and got my clothes on and waited. And he come up and he called me over and he says, look, Tom, he says, I respect you. You're an international, but don't tell me to F off in front of the rest of the boys.
Yeah.
And he was all right about it. So he was.
Yeah. Didn't hold any grudges.
Aye. But with Harry,
Harry
wouldn't have done it.
You wouldn't have done it anyway.
No.
You knew the difference.
No, Harry wouldn't have. He would have just... I think he would have come off me.
Yeah.
I really do.
In terms of the people who are, obviously you talk about the likes of Robson and all coming, and they've kind of slotted in there in front of you and kind of pushed you down that pipeline. But how how good were they? Did you feel that you could compete with them sorts of players?
Well, I was playing reserves. I was playing well. I was scoring well. Actually, the boys in the pub, I always, the Liverpool fans always tell them this here. I scored the winner at Anfield. It was a reserve match, and we were 2-0 up. And I was actually coming back from an injury, and we were 2-0 up, and it got to 2 each. And Jack Crumpton, our manager, he was a gentleman. That's how you manage a team. You don't have to shout and on. Shaq just got the best out of you.
Yeah.
So Jack put me on, and it was something similar to the same run. They played the high line as they do today, and I just run from midfield, and big Agrikovic was in, Steve Agrikovic in goal, and I just kept running. And one of the lessons that I learned, I don't know whether do you any good when you're going through with the keeper, is keep the ball moving, because if the keeper gets you stopped with that ball, you're bait.
Yeah, squared up. Yeah.
If he gets you squared up and gets stopped, you know, you move it. It's not, it doesn't work. I learned this in training every day, and I took it up and I kept moving the ball. Boom, boom, boom. And when I got up to the 18, he was coming out, and he left me half. He got his angles all wrong, and he left me half the goal, and I just passed it in the side of the net, and that was the winner. And that there has given me more pleasure probably than most, because against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And I can tell the Liverpool ones that I scored the winner.
Yeah. I've done what you've always wanted to do. That'd be something I'd always dreamed of.
United fans would be dreaming of that.
I've always dreamed of it. But when we look at the overall context of it, you do things, as you say, quite quickly in a very short period of time.
Yeah.
Being called up to represent Northern Ireland, again, is something that not many people will ever do. Now, yes, younger age groups, kids develop a lot quicker and they can go through the ranks and get this maybe a certain level, plateau, never make it to that stage. But you actually play 3 games. You play Denmark, and you play Scotland, you play Wales.
My debut was Scotland at Hampden, and we drew with Scotland. We actually travelled up. What was Joe Jordan and Jimmy Nicholl. We travelled up. I had a Capri,
A Ford Capri.
And I got a yellow vinyl roof on it, and a sunroof put on it, and I sprayed the plastic rims gold, and I put gold stripes on it, and I thought,
you did all yourself.
Oh, and I would have brought that home with me and down the coast. I thought I was great, and we but I'd only had the sunroof in about a couple of weeks, and we had to drive up to Scotland, and Jimmy says, "Do you want to drive me, man?" I says, "I'll drive us up." So me, Jimmy, and Joe Jordan, and the sunroof was leaking. It was one of them you pulled down, and
you had 3 clasps, and they were on there.
I got them up, and I tightened it. Yeah. But I was leaking, so I had cloths for cleaning the car. So we had to push it up, put the 2 cloths in, and then pull it down as tight, and that worked.
Right.
So that kept us dry up in the Scottish climate there, all that rain. And I made my debut, and I had a chance to score there. Me and Jimmy broke through.
Okay.
And Jimmy shot, and I was just right behind him.
Devastated.
Should have passed. I would have been 2 against 1.
Choice Hotels get you more of what you value. Here's a little tune to help you remember. Same drive, different day. Don't you wish you were getting away? Pack your bags and come on through. Texas, Ohio, Alaska, we're up there too. Comfort Inn, it's calling your name. Save on the stay. Oh, and free waffles are yours to claim. Well, I hope you like my little song. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Who would have been in that sort of Northern Ireland team at that stage that would have...
Well, Big Pat.
Okay.
Big Pat. But Pat Rice was just finishing. Sammy Nelson. And then this big fella played for Southampton. Died there recently. Chris Nicholl.
Okay.
Chris, a great player. Good player. John McClellan was coming through. He saw me, myself, Terry Cochran, Big Jerry up front. See, Norma came to United when I was there, stayed in my digs.
Okay.
As a big... He was 16, maybe 16, but he was an adult.
Mm-hmm.
He was
Just
not
machine, yeah.
and he was a really good player.
Mm-hmm.
Really good player. But he didn't come into the World Cup. Billy played him. I didn't get to the World Cup, the squad. I was member of the squad leading up to it. I think I have a Panini sticker with me on it, but I wasn't there.
What do you think that it was? Because you've came in at a good time, leading up to the World Cup and potentially going. And obviously, the whole thing around Jerry and the goal in Spain.
There was a lot of good players for Northern Ireland.
There was?
Because they were all playing at higher levels.
Okay.
You know, they were all, every one of them was playing nearly. There was only a few who wasn't playing First Division.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was a really good squad. It was difficult to get in. And then, like I say, with Norman breaking through, that took a midfield chance for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like Billy came down to Chester when I played, and I didn't know he was there. It wasn't until one of the fellas told me after it, and he says that Chester got a good player there, but he must have maybe thought I wasn't defensive enough to play.
Yeah. One of the things in the research, sorry to jump in here, is you finish your time at United and obviously Chester comes straight after, right?
Yeah.
And the period at Chester, you only have one season.
Yeah.
But you play 40, 45 plus games, near almost 50 games that season.
Yeah.
Why only the one season?
Cliff Sears played for Manchester City, and he was the manager that signed me.
Okay.
Cliff Sears. Lovely gentleman he was. And I was enjoying my football. And then we changed the manager, right, which was John Saintey, who was under John Bond at Manchester City.
Okay.
So he came along and just didn't click. I played under him, but just didn't click. I remember one day we were playing Stockport and I'd asked about tickets because I was going with Manchester girl at a time, okay, and our dad was wanting to go again, so asked for 2 tickets. Got the tickets, and I played every game before the Stockport game, and I played every game after the Stockport game. But he dropped me that day. Whether it was me thinking I was an automatic choice because I asked for 2 tickets.
No, he would think.
You know, I didn't ask him for the tickets.
Yeah.
I asked people down the line that works with the tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Manager doesn't get the tickets. So I never really clicked with him. But when it came to the re-signing, he brought me in and he says, "You've been one of the problems. Didn't really want to do this." He says, "But I'm going to let you go." He says, "You're the second highest earner at the club." And in them days, clubs were cutting their costs. So 170, you know, and then your wee win bonus, whatever. But I love Chester.
Did they offer you anything lower to be like, if you come down and meet us at 100?
No. Never got there.
You would have stayed?
No, I wouldn't have stayed.
No?
Not for 100 quid.
You're a lot similar
He's
to
up,
me.
Johnny.
I'm telling you.
He's up, Johnny.
And you soulmates, I think.
100 quid? What would that get you?
Well, when you got you down from Manchester anyway.
Yeah, set out plastic rims for your Capri.
Not spray painted gold anyway, Paul. So after that, because I was looking at it when I was doing the research and I was going like, that's his most consistent season here, and he's only done the 1 year. So obviously that's the reason behind it. But then that gives you the opportunity to make a decision about coming home and playing in the Irish League.
Yeah. Because the earnings were low, then I thought I could come back. I could get back into the plastering. My brothers are still plastering.
Okay.
And then the part-time football could cope with that, you know.
Did any of the brothers play at a high level?
My brothers?
Mm-hmm.
My brother John. Oh, what you mean high level?
Like the same as like, did they ever make it across?
John went to Derby on trial.
Okay.
But Robert Brown, the goalkeeper, also went at that time. And they run into a bit of trouble. Not that John couldn't look after himself, don't get me wrong. But they ran into a gang of boys, and I think it sort of put him off. And then he was going with his wife, who he married not long after, and still married to her. I think he was lovesick as well.
Right. God love him.
I know.
Poor wee fella.
Fuck's sake.
What way to carry on?
Where'd you get Derby County up for a woman?
I know.
That's when Clough was there
Didn't
too.
fucking want it enough, did I?
That's when Clough was there.
I know, imagine that alone. If anybody had the opportunity to go and do that, you'd have bet somebody's hand off it.
Yeah.
To see the stories, even to have those stories for yourself.
John loved playing the game, but he hadn't got the love for it.
Yeah.
You know, he enjoyed playing, but he just hadn't got that love for it.
And he played locally too, Ballymena.
For Ballymena.
Mm-hmm.
He was a legend at Ballymena.
Yeah.
And Corian.
It's hard to be
And
a legend of both of those clubs.
I always say this
being
too.
rivals, but well,
When I'm talking about his appearances, he's the third most appearances.
yeah.
And if Jimmy Brown would have seen a sweeper in him, he would have broke the record.
Yeah.
Because I played with him then at the end at Korea.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So you're both traders. Fair enough.
Both traitors. No. I don't know many traitors I'd be. I give up Chelsea for United.
I know.
And then Ballymena Korean.
Sell your soul for a
And
second.
we'll not go there.
We'll not go there. Girls are behind me here. They're head in their hands going, right. But you come back. Linfield is obviously one of the biggest clubs in the country, and they've obviously been like, if you're coming home, here's home.
Ronnie McFall was the manager at the Glens.
Okay.
And Roy Coyle had tried to bring me back. We actually come over, when I was at United, we come over and we played a friendly against Linfield.
Okay.
And that money, there was talk about that money was going to be the transfer fee. You know, the money from the gate was going to be a transfer fee.
For you?
But no, that didn't materialise. Didn't materialise. So I forget where I was there, Johnny.
Your money.
Yeah.
So the Glens. You were at the Glens.
Glens. Ronnie wanted me. And then just at the end, Jim Emery, who was the chief scout for Everton, was attached to Linfield. He told me that Corder wanted to talk to me. He rang me up and told me Corder wanted to talk to me. He had been in before and then sort of I went cold. And I thought, do I really want to go through this again?
Yeah.
But I did. I met Roy Coyle and David Campbell, the chairman, up at the Nadder Inn. And we sat and we talked, and then all the niceties, and then he says, what you say? And I said, well, depends on how much money we're talking about too here. He says, how much are you looking? I says, I'm looking £90 a week.
I thought you were going to up it there.
That's £90 a week, and then there was a signing on.
Plus the bonuses, win bonuses.
Oh yeah. So Corey says, oh, no, I can't do that. He says, there's nobody at Linfield gets more than £45 a week. Everybody gets to see him, he says. That's what he told me. I took him at his word. And I says, okay then. And I got 5,000 signed on and £90 a week. And I struggled at Linfield at start because I was going out the building trade again, plastering. And then I was working up towards Ballyclare and coming home and then going back to Belfast, you know, with a bowl of cornflakes in you. Yeah. You know, you didn't want to eat too much. At Linfield, you trained. Yeah. You trained like a professional at Linfield. That's why they were so good. You were never fitter than them. And I say, I struggled, and then I got a knee injury, and I was going back and forward with the knee injury. It was actually Big John Garrett done it on me down at Midgley training.
That would make sense. He's a chipper on that fella.
Now, he can't see, but The lights at Misley were horrendous.
I always remember now they were very low even whenever I was playing. So this was 15 years ago, say. They were
Well,
low.
I'm going back further. Maybe I don't know.
They
if
might have
it was
got
the same
but
lights,
very-
but I was very
low.
badly lit.
Yeah, very low.
And I think the ball come up, and I put the foot up, and then John came in and just got the ball, and then that sprung my knee. So I was out for a while with that. I think it was about 11 weeks. But I came back from it, and I was playing for the reserves. And then we played Cliftonville down at Misley, and I had a great game I had. I must say so myself. And that was it. That was it.
That was your bowling
And if
good
you
game.
knew where I was the night before that game, you would say, how the hell did you manage that?
Right.
And
Was this a Sunday night?
no,
Then the game on the Monday?
no, this was a Saturday game,
Okay.
Misley.
Okay.
This is
We've all done a wee Friday on the
'cause-
town, you know.
because we were out in the local,
We've all done a wee
and then
Friday.
we travelled up the night before, and then the next morning,
Straight in.
went to Misley. It was a morning kickoff there, and it was Coiler was at it.
Right.
He came to watch it, and I got back in the team.
Okay.
I never looked back there.
Yeah.
And I finished. I played the 26 games then, was it, or 24? I played them all but the last one. I was injured, and I got 2 Player of the Years at Linfield. I think we maybe won a cup that year too. We won the league 6 in a row. The 3 I was there, we won it. And I'd missed out one way injury, and then one, I think it was the first one where I wasn't
playing too regularly.
I wasn't good enough for him. We coming back to work, and then that training, the training's horrendous.
Is that your sort of first taste of silverware as well?
I had a British Championship medal,
Right.
but I never kicked the ball.
Is that for Northern Ireland?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, we got that at Wales, Brotherstone, near Brotherstone, 1-0 last in Cardiff.
Was this one of the last times
And
you
I
won
went to
this?
Australia with Northern Ireland too.
Right.
So we had a good wee trip away there too.
You got to enjoy yourself too, you know.
It was Northern Ireland, like.
The culture was rife.
The culture's perfect.
It suited everybody. But whenever you come to Linfield, is that sort of your first real? We're competing.
Aye, for
regularly?
domestics, I didn't want it, nothing United. We finished runner-up to Liverpool at United under D6, and he got the sack.
Right.
Just the style of football.
But see, I don't get that.
Well,
Even
that's what happened.
If maybe I'm different, but I couldn't care how I win a game on a Saturday. But if I won, I'd still be happy.
Yeah.
So you can kick a ball long for 90 minutes and it can come off somebody's nose.
Yeah.
Bounce in the net 1-0.
You're not going to play the perfect game all the time, are you?
But if you know that you're going to win ugly every week,
Yeah.
I'd rather that than to try and play and do something that
Yeah.
wasn't going to get me wins.
But like I say, we finished second. There's no medals for that. There's no runners-up medals for United. I know.
You would have been
And that's the only one.
would have been different European trips and stuff though.
We had only a couple of years. Well, we had one or two European trips.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do very well in Europe.
No.
Knocked out in the first round, and that was wasn't it UEFA? Was that a UEFA Cup? Or what was it? I forget what cup it was then. In the early 80s. Used to be a UEFA Cup. Maybe it
Could
was
have been before it became Champions League and stuff.
No.
But I mean, even those memories of
That
going and
was
playing different teams.
UEFA was the lower one. You had the European Cup and the UEFA Cup. And I think there was another one. And it was the UEFA Cup the round because we were second. You didn't get into the European Cup then. No top 4s, top 2s round.
No, just top
Just
1
champions,
champions.
yeah.
Yeah. Keeps it elite then, doesn't it?
Aye.
That's where United should be then. Take us back to Linfield. So you're there. You sign a 3-year deal. Coiler's a manager. Did you enjoy your time under Roy?
Once I found my form, I had no problem. I was fine when I wasn't hitting for him or wasn't up to scratch, he called me and he says to me, what's wrong, or can I help you in any way?
Yeah, have the conversation with you.
Had a conversation to see if he could sort something out.
Mm-hmm.
And no, once I got my fitness level up and got a few games, gained confidence again, then that was it. And I had another contract off them, a yearly contract, and we were playing at Ballyskay, and Trevor Anderson and Recon Crawford, like they were out of contract that same year, and they offered me, I was getting £1,500 a year signing on, and they offered, I wanted 9, and 900
sign on.
You
were taking a cut, or
because I was coming out of that 3-year deal.
Okay. Oh, so you
were getting
1,500 every year,
and then I was
up until
so
sorry,
I hadn't
been on the car with some negotiator, might work for the FBI or something, taking money off everybody here.
So it was I tell you, it was 800. They offered me 800, and I says I wasn't signing. And I think Trevor and Colin was getting offered 9. So we named the team, and I wasn't in it. It was a friendly. It was opening that Ballyskay, the new Ballyskay. The new football stadium, was it? Years and years ago.
Is that Distillery?
And I got in the car. I never got back. Never went back to them.
No?
Nope. Never went back.
Then we gold rims take you straight back up the road?
No, I had to get rid of the gold ring. But a boy ran into me.
Right.
Broke it off.
Okay.
So that was that. And Big John and me travelled up, you see.
Okay.
And one of the downers, I was caught drinking and driving.
Okay.
That summer. And I got banned for a year. So I couldn't, John wasn't there, so I wasn't able to go up. So that was a factor into it as well.
Was there, you talk about publicity nowadays and people's phones and social media and newspapers and stuff. Anybody really hear about it back then?
Not really.
Great.
And if the police really knew who you were, there was just this drive on. Because that's what they did. We bit earlier that and around that.
Should not say, I play for United, let me drive up a road.
No.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
That's what I'd be doing.
I'm a Liverpool fan.
I was only joking.
Who do you support?
I'm a Chelsea supporter.
All right. I'll name the cup final team for you.
What's that?
Tell him I'm a Chelsea fan. So then I just sat and waited, and then Jim Hume, he took over Carrick, and Jim came down and met me at the Dare Arms there, and offered me decent money.
Is this the time, because I've had a couple of conversations with different people, at one stage Carrick did have money. Is this at that stage, or was this?
I don't think I had a lot of money.
Was this before you signed and then you took it all, or is this?
It would have been hard to take it all, Johnny, I tell you. So you couldn't afford balls to train with.
No, and didn't have bibs.
I used to take my own balls out with me. So Jim says, Jim, I can't get down to Carrick. And he says, you train up here one night, and we'll get you picked up. You train down the other night in Carrick, and we'll get you picked up for the matches on a Saturday. And I says, okay. And I had a great time at Carrick.
Yeah, loved it.
Fantastic
Yeah.
season at Carrick. Reggie Hillam was a keeper. He got the player of the year in front of me because it was like we were getting nearly hammered every week.
Yeah.
But Reggie was a great keeper, you know, because we double figures some weeks. It wasn't be for Reggie, so he got the player of the year. I got the runner-up player of the year.
Was that a big change for you though, going from Linfield competing, being like elite to go to Carrick?
I think the reason why I enjoyed Carrick was because the professionalism at Linfield. You know, that professionalism wasn't there.
Yeah, I get you.
You know, so you were more relaxed.
Yeah, more like no stress as much.
No stress is there.
No demands.
Yeah. You weren't expected to win.
Yeah, I get you.
Where at Linfield, you're expected to win. Yeah. You know? So that was, I enjoyed. And we Michael Hughes came to Carrick at that time. He travelled in the car with us up and down. Little did we know how far he would have went.
He was going to go to the top as well. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, incredible.
Yeah. What was he like as a young lad? Could you see that in him?
Oh, I definitely.
Grade? Yeah.
Well, you could see that he, you know, you could see he could have went to the top Irish League team. I wasn't thinking any further.
Yeah.
But he definitely had, you know, he had the talent.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I forget who he went to first. What team was it he went to? My God.
Not sure off the top.
He played at West Ham, didn't he? Like,
yeah, a load of different clubs.
Aye. But he was a wonder player there.
Yeah.
He was a wonder.
Young lad coming through.
Aye,
and you could just
schoolboy.
Yeah.
He was still school. St. Louis up here.
And were you taking him up and down the road as well?
Aye, but I don't remember having to take him a lot, you know, because he maybe came late in the season and then moved on. But when I was there, I thought, right, I'll be finishing my days here at Carrick.
Yeah.
But Korean came in for me, like Jim Platt, and the brother John was playing at Korean.
No.
So I thought,
match made in
that would be great finishing, you know, together, John. And Big Jim fancied me. So I went that, and Jim says, I don't want to let you go, but I'm not going to stand in your way. You going, that's your wishes.
Yeah.
No problem. I was at Korea in eight months. That didn't work out at all.
No,
that didn't work out.
What went wrong? Because as you say,
well,
you've got the idea that you're
there,
and
I've got my own views on what happened there. But at Carrick, I had more freedom at Carrick, and then at Korean, try to stick me out right winger. I'm not a right winger, no. And then Jim, we were traveling down the yards, me, John, and Jim in the car. And Jim says, Tom, you're not doing as well as I thought you would do. And I says, well, Jim, I think you're playing me out of position. I had a free roll at Carrick. I could have went from one side to the other. Carrick. See the next game. We went down the yards. Don't know how we done that. Was all night. Next game we were playing at home midweek, and Ricky Wade was our midfielder. And he says, Ricky, you're playing the right, and Tom's playing in the centre. He says that's his position. He made me feel
as if to try and belittle you a wee bit. They were like, oh, this is where he can only do this. That's him.
He did. He maybe didn't realise he'd done it, but he did. I don't know why he done it on purpose.
Well, you never know.
He done it. And we started the game, and then he put it back. I don't think we were playing very well at that time, Korean. The brother John and Marty Ta was at the back. Big Jim was in goals. Big Jim was a funny big man too, you know. You know, 1 minute you dislike him, the next minute you like him.
Yeah.
But we were playing against the Glens. Gary Blackledge was playing for the Glens that time. And Big Jim had a big deep ball in one of the boys that says, well, see if Gary Blackledge comes down the middle with a ball and I'm coming out, you can have the ball. You know, it was funny. It just made you relax, you know. And then he brought in I'm not pickling Jim here in any
No,
way.
you're
Just a story, and I'm not telling no lies.
There's been worse that's been said about people in this.
And
2 seats.
Big Jim brought this thing down. The stats. How many goals are scored by 10 touches? After 10 touches. How many goals are scored after 9, 8? And most goals were scored after maybe 2 touches.
Mm-hmm.
1 pass, 1 touch, and a goal.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't argue. There probably is that.
Yeah.
So it was another midweek game. The big fella played for the RUC. I forget the big fella's name because he just come down and played, I think, 1 or 2 games. But Jim is a big centre forward, 6 foot 4 or 5, and Jim says he had these stats in his head. So he's saying, when I get the ball, I'm kicking the ball down, and the big fella, whoever his name was, he's going to knock it on, and then just try and get an end it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Never worked. Never worked. The big fella couldn't get the hold of the ball at all. Not that he wanted to get hold of it, he wanted to knock it on, but he just didn't get in the game. The big centre half was marking. Forget who it was. Just
dominated.
He just hadn't experience.
Yeah.
And he's threw him the deep end. The big fella. It's not his fault.
Yeah.
You know. But that's football. That's people's ideas of football. And Jim was right. That was that. But I don't think Korean supporters would have wanted to see Korean playing that way.
No, definitely not.
No. Nor Liverpool or United or Chelsea or Arsenal or whatever.
Mm-hmm. One of the things I want to talk to you about is you've played with some fantastic players across your Irish League career. Now, I know we haven't finished here because we'll get to the next one straight after this, but the likes of the Marty Tabs of the world now, I done a charity game this time last year against the Vets. Just a load of lads put together, a bit of cracking. When I tell you that he hasn't changed, not one, but he is as angry and as nasty as what he is, and he hates losing. Yeah. And I say, I think it's over 60s, maybe over 60, 65, maybe.
Why? What is easy?
And he's still going 100 miles an hour, and I'm like, if somebody gets in the way of him, he's wrecking somebody like at 65. And I had all these young lads in, and I'm sitting going like, they don't know who he is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they don't know that if they actually do him or by accident or something happens, I reckon he's going to flap one of his kids. Yeah. And he definitely has it on.
Well, him and John were very good together.
Yeah.
Very good.
I've heard, I wish, obviously, age is a massive thing here. Never got the experience or be around that sort of caliber player, but I would love to watch him play because the stories about him are fantastic.
Yeah. I don't really go to Irish League games, but you had a lot of good players back then. A lot of players went across the water.
Mm-hmm.
From McLean's, from Linfield, even Ballymena. Like, after me, there was Nigel Worthington, Stephen Penny, going across the water. Hope I haven't forgotten anybody else there, but, a lot of players.
Yeah.
That end up they made it. He was a player and played a lot of games.
Yeah.
Like
Nigel had a massive career.
Mm-hmm. Nigel was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Nigel was coming through when I was that season at Ballymena, and we trained down on a gravel pitch down towards St Patrick's End.
Okay.
And I couldn't go around. I couldn't get around him at all.
Yeah.
I thought, my goodness, this fella here is so difficult to get around.
Yeah.
If you go get one, he's reading me here and everything.
Yeah. Just knew what he was at a young age. That just marks a player, doesn't it?
But then I wasn't much older than Nigel then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Too young.
I was learning too.
Yeah.
He could maybe taught me how to beat somebody like him.
Maybe. It might have helped. Whenever you sort of had come to the end of Coleraine, are you happy to leave? Are you thinking, I haven't had a good time of it here and not getting it the way I want it?
Ronnie McDowell got injured and Jim played me at right back.
Okay.
For a month. But a month. And I get player of the month at Korea.
Okay.
And Jim called me in and says, Tommy, I didn't buy you to play right back. So, let you go.
See when you think
I didn't ask to play right back.
I was about to touch on that.
I was doing the team a favour.
You're put in there to do a job, right? And you've obviously done that job very well.
Aye.
Would you have continued to stay there? Would you have, like, if he said to you, listen, Tom, there's another deal, you're going to stay next year, I'm going to play you right back, you've been tremendous for me for 4 weeks, let's do that.
I would say I could have played right back.
Yeah.
Everything's in front of you.
Would you have wanted to?
If I was enjoying my football, yeah. If I'd have played the rest of the season and Ronnie maybe wasn't coming back, Ronnie was a great player.
Yeah.
You know, he would have been the right back, so I wouldn't have had a choice.
Yeah.
But if I had to play right back, I would have played it.
And see the one game you play in the middle of the park.
The what?
That game you go into the middle and he swaps the two of you.
Aye.
Did you play in the middle for a substantial period of time, or was it one game in?
It wasn't even a full game. It wasn't even a full game.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that, you know, it's not that I done a lot wrong.
Yeah.
It's just, he just changed it right. I think he'd done it to try and prove a point.
You think, like, when a manager looks at you and signs you, they sign you off of what you've just done. So he's looked at you play for Carrick for a year,
Yeah.
where you've been able to go and do whatever you please.
Yeah.
You've had a fantastic year, and he's going, I'll take him, you know.
Aye.
What's the point in signing him to restrict him? I don't get that. You see it in a lot of things. People have it in their head where I'll make him into a player, he could do that job for me, and it never usually materialises. Now, maybe every so often you would get a player who can adapt and do it very well. But if you have a centre forward and you play him up top, and he's done well for the season before, and you sign him going, he'll do me on the right, and I'll keep big such and such up top, and then he'll be brilliant together.
Yeah.
Never usually works.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he do that?
Aye. If a manager doesn't know your position after a season, what your best position is, then hasn't a lot of forethought, has he?
No.
He's not thinking it out.
And even at that, like, it doesn't take one season. Like, you played quite a long period of time. You played at United in the centre in the middle of the park. You came back, you done it at Linfield. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've played at big clubs in one position where you've done well, and then they're going to
see, in the end days, John, it was your 4-4-2. And what would have happened was you would have tucked in. You had the two right-hand side midfielders. Like, I love playing either the 8 or the 6, right? But playing 4, you broke wide when your team had the ball to give them an option. But I enjoyed being tucked in there, you know, and maybe making runs through the centre halves or something.
Yes, you know, in front of you. Yeah, instead of going wide.
You know, where they
go away from the goal.
Aye, and you knew after. The brother John taught me this too. Made me realise this here. And whenever I played my game, I wanted you, if you're up against me in midfield, I wanted you chasing me.
Yeah, I get you.
I didn't want to be chasing you all day.
Mm-hmm.
And me and John had good engines. You know, we had really good engines. And we could have kept going right up to the last kick of the ball.
Yeah.
And a lot of our fellas maybe just weren't. There was boys were probably fair, but a lot of them weren't. They were ball players and stuff. You just thought, just making runs.
Yeah.
And then when you're making the runs and he's not coming back, but his teammates are giving him death, you know, saying, why are you not coming back? And then he's getting a bit flustered, and he's probably a decent player, but his mind's not on it then.
Mm-hmm. Aye.
It's, you know,
everything
it's a game of chess.
When you're exhausted.
It's a game of chess.
It is. But you make one last move. Well, 2, but one last sort of premiership move, and you head to Larne.
Headed to Larne under Paul Malone. I don't know why Paul maybe wanted me at that stage.
What age would you have been at this stage?
I was 31 when I finished football.
Okay.
So
yeah, maybe.
So I'd have been 30. I'd have been 30, you know. And Paul probably had seen me. I play against Paul in friendlies, you know, and maybe seen something I liked, and maybe was looking someone in that position.
Yeah.
So I went down there to Larne, and I just wasn't right for me, and I was going to give up. I decided that season I was going to. I was going to do me. I was going to retire. And we played Korean on our Friday night, and I was through. We could have won. I could have won the game for Larne, threw against Jim, and I froze.
Right.
For the first time, I froze when I seen him in front of me, and I tried to squirt past him, and I should have just went boom.
Go right outside, yeah.
It's just being him.
Yeah.
And that's Jim again.
Yeah, I was just saying there. You're probably thinking of that big. He's got in your head there. His big deep
Nobody
voice.
tells him. Well, you more mentioned than anybody else. I'd fell out in love with the football, so I watch United all the time. I go to the homers whenever I can, but at that time I sort of fell out with it.
Yeah,
fell out in love with it.
Was there ever an option for you to extend the career in a different pathway and
Never
coaching?
thought coaching or nothing. Never thought. I took the homers. Used to take the homers training that time, and you'd maybe 6 at the training.
No,
And the other boys, they're working, but they're not
in the house.
They're not working, Johnny.
In the house with feet up in the
No, they just thought, I'm not going down there tonight.
It's light.
And we were there, and I thought, no, I can't cope with boys,
No, the professionalism in terms of
once you've been through that professional thing, you don't want the boys messing you about.
No,
I didn't anyway.
So one of the things that I spoke about in last week's episode, just with Johnny, you probably bumped into Johnny Fraser on the way out, but we're talking about how people should plan for the future. And a lot of kids these days, everything's about being professional footballers. And you've talked about how you came home, you were like brothers and all's in his trade to get yourselves done.
I had just served my time before I went to United.
So
I was just coming out of my time.
Okay.
So that was easier for me to get.
So you had already done the trade, had the chance to go, and then came back and just picked the tools up.
Aye, that was it.
Brilliant.
My brother Raymond was giving me £75 a week.
Right.
Coming out of my plastering, 4 years plastering. And I got 100 United, and then the 200 in the second year. So that's how much money it was just.
Yeah.
And I was looking through Facebook there about a couple of months ago, and Davy McMurray, his contract came up, what he was getting, right?
Okay.
Now, Davy had played over 100 times for Manchester United, and a lot of cats for Northern Ireland, Davy had done well,
Mm-hmm.
and Davy was on £200 a week at United.
Oh, really?
That was a bit of a sickener for me too.
Yeah.
I'd never make a businessman, sure.
Well, here, I tell you what, you got some sign-on fees and all, but I tell you, I wish...
The sign-on was alright, but the wages...
You could have bought about 30 houses back then for that sign-on fee. But
actually, I bought a house in Manchester.
Okay.
Before coming home, and I painted it inside. It was an older couple had it, and they smoked and all that. And I just went in, and I painted it top to bottom white, and there was a bit of wood at the garage door, and I renewed that, and I painted it, and I done the garden, and I made $5,000 on it. In a space of 3 or 4 months.
Oh, really? Sure, could have been.
And their hostess came and bought it.
That could have been the pathway for you.
That should have been. Doing Big D on Dublin's job.
Doing everything. You could be homes
on the
hammer. Daytime TV. Boy, that could have been you. Huh? You were probably too small to fit into the camera. So
I could have got through all the doors.
A big lad,
He had a duck.
Yeah. So you've finished up, obviously, and you're done. You've settled yourself.
Yeah.
What have you been doing since then? You don't go to much games. You go to the homers. You stay local.
Aye.
Why?
Why did I go to the homers?
Why do you not? Why did you not want to do more around the game?
I picked up the golf.
Okay, fair enough.
Once I finished the football, Saturday morning football, went golfing, and I went down to Strenockham there. Beautiful course down in Strenockham.
Okay.
Grace Hill, and just fell in love with the place,
yeah.
People and the place. And I travelled down with mates, workmates, and we got our 4 balls sorted, Johnny. You play golf yourself?
Do you know what? I've dabbled, and I'm going to...
You know what it's all about,
Just fish, to be honest with you. I can't...
You can't hit the ball straight, is that what you're worried about?
I could barely hit the thing. That's the frustrating part. And when you're swinging and you're missing, and there's people beside you, that gets to
They
me.
make it look
It's
easy.
the pressure. See, whenever I think I've missed so many times, and there's somebody watching me miss, then my head blows up.
You actually missed the ball completely.
Of course, there's times where I'm full swing and my shoulders are ready to come off with the club, and I can't. I had to go for lessons. I went to Ballyclare.
Why?
We played in Ballyclare.
Yeah.
And I've done a few lessons. Me and her done it just before COVID, and must have been about 5 lessons, and I could hit the ball away, but COVID hit, and then we weren't going back. And I imagine when I try and take this up, I like the idea of golf and I love watching it and enjoy that side of things. But
fantastic game.
The most frustrating thing I've ever done. Do you know when you play football that long, you're good at it to a certain extent. You can do the basics.
It just comes natural to you.
Whereas you're literally starting this random skill brand new, and you don't know what you're doing. No one's guided you.
Yeah.
So that's where I was, and the frustration was hanging out of me.
You just hadn't got it, Johnny. The sign it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Because
without you really hurting.
Practice does help.
Practice does, yes. But
and
I need to go back, so I will.
Oh, you're going back there?
Well, I talk about it all the time, going to the driving range and all. And there's a couple of mates who want to do the same thing, so probably all at the same level.
Well, sure, if you're going out, don't bother ringing me.
Nah, Tom, you are you? So your weekends have been picked up by golf.
That was that, and then I joined Royal Mail.
Okay.
Postman.
Great.
And I was working most Saturdays, and Saturday was the main day at golf for the competitions, and I couldn't get there, so it says no point in me. So I gave up the golf. So I did.
Right. For Royal Mail.
Yeah. So I worked away at the Royal Mail to just up to, I'm retired now. Let me see, about a year and a half. Been a year and a half I retired.
So you picked the golf back up again, I'd like to think.
No, I haven't. I've no time for golf.
But you've
DIY.
But you
I'm a DIYer.
Take a Saturday morning to yourself. You're retired.
Aye. You go and watch the homers if I've got time.
Unless that's shite, you could be playing golf.
Tomorrow morning is knocking. Stock your fridge now. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or a sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
Well, you can't all be Premiership footballers.
No, but you were. And you were obviously a good golfer.
I was a good level. I got to 10 handicap. I could have played.
10 feet?
10 handicap.
Oh, I thought 10 under, you said. I'm only joking. But that's
not too bad. Depends where you play at.
Well, I take 10 swings to hit it, so I mean, it's better than me.
Johnny, that's what I'm saying.
Don't
bother ringing me.
You wouldn't want me to be there, Paul.
No,
that's why I don't want to go out with much people, you know.
Aye.
But it's a
hard to
sport.
Play with, I would say.
Be hard to. I'm hard to
play for money.
I don't have any.
Come if you're playing for money.
You can take it off. One of the last things I want to talk about is obviously you've just reached this retirement age. You're a DIY man, and I understand fully what you're committed to at the moment.
Yeah.
You've got grandkids, you've got the daughters, the family members, whatever it is, and you have to do your duties.
Yeah, certainly.
But you've had a few tragedies, and you've also had a few problems throughout your life.
Mm-hmm.
And one come up quite recently.
Yes.
Talk to me about it.
I was working, and I was actually bouncing in and out of the van. So I was feeling so good. Okay. Driving, stopping, out, and just could have kept going all day. And I thought, looks like I can do this posterior till I'm over 70. Easy. This is compared to plastering. This is easy.
Gift.
So that was okay. But one day I was going to work, and I went to the toilet and to do a pee, and I came out. I'd done the pee and came out, and I was only maybe 4 strides. And I thought, I go to the toilet again. So I went back in, and I'd done a pee that was as long as the first one I'd done. And I thought, hold on here.
Okay.
there's something.
The water tap was
something's not right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the doctor, and on my runs, Simon Jordan, very famous fella on the radio.
The Talk Sport.
Talk Sport.
He used to own Palace.
He used to own Palace.
Yeah.
He had been off and come back, and he had problems with his prostate, but because he was super rich, he could get private, he could go and get it sorted there and then.
Mm-hmm.
So he came back, and he says, anybody out there, any problems, any man out there over a certain age, 40 or whatever, if you have any problems, there's not many symptoms with this prostate problem. He says, go to your doctor and ask for a PSA, which is a blood reading.
Okay.
Reading. And if the reading's high, then you have to investigate. So, because I had done that, I went to the doctor, and I says to him, I wanted a PSA done. He says, right, okay. You started the ball rolling here. He says, we'll get you a PSA. I was 12. It's not the highest, but it's not low.
Okay.
So it's 12. So then I went for, you go through the whole routine. I went for scans. I went for biopsies. And I went to, on February 24, Dora was getting married in England. So we went over. And we came back on the Thursday. And I was going to Altnagelben for the results of the biopsies on the Friday.
Okay.
And me and Mary went down, and Mary wasn't going to go in. So, and then she says, I'll go in. So the nurse, it was a nurse, it wasn't a doctor, says, come on ahead, Mr. Sloan. So we went in, we sat down, and she says, you've got cancer of the prostate. And I just was dumbstruck. I just thought, what? I was fit as a fiddle. I'm feel great.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I was coming down to hear this news here. And she says you have it on the peripheral, which is like an apple, and then the skin, that's where your cancer is. And you have one which is slow-growing normal, which old age, I tell you before that would, but you also have an aggressive one. So we're going to have to follow up on this. So I came away, and then my surgeon phoned me, and he says, we'll put you on a tablet by Calcamide. He says that will block your cancer, because that cancer thrives on testosterone.
Right.
And your testicles make the testosterone, so that
cut
feeds
off the supply,
that,
pretty
yep,
much. Yeah.
That blocks it. And he says, and then we'll get you in for an operation. Don't worry about it. He says, don't worry, we'll get you in for the operation. We're going to have to do the radical taking away, which is robotic.
Yeah.
So the robot, 5 holes in your stomach. So I went up, had it removed. Next day I got out, and then had to deal with a catheter. Not, you still have a wee bit of problem with that, but nothing too much. But I was getting a reading, still getting a blood reading, which was high. So he sent me to London for the day. And an old mate of mine come up from Southend, who worked on the railway and the trams, or not the trams, the tube.
Okay.
And he come up from Southend, met me at Stansted, and took me in to Liverpool Street. And just there was a hospital. And we went in up there, and they scanned me. And Mal took me back to Stansted. He went to Southend, and I just was jumping on the plane. He was fantastic, Mal. Good mate. And then one morning, got a phone call, and it was the ones from oncology and cancer unit. And he says, there's nothing, these scans are saying there's nothing there. I says, well,
I mean, good.
But he says it could be a wee bit access, this and that. So that was okay. I just kept going, and he says, right, next meeting I had with him, he says, we're putting you on the hormone treatment. And the hormone treatment is like a woman's.
I suppose you're going to get your boobs out.
I have boobs.
You're going to have...
I could be proud of them. I have boobs. And boobs, and you get the hot flushes that a woman gets. Jesus, Art. I only get them for a very short period of time. I don't know if a woman gets them for any longer.
Right.
But
do they only get them at a certain age?
I don't know what way it works.
Ladies, sorry, they're up here, but have flushes at a certain age or
menopause. It's a menopause.
So it's like your 50s.
No, it can come before.
40s or 50s.
Sorry.
So
continue.
It's a thing like that, and you get the hot flushes. I don't know. Maybe it's different.
Explain to me what you felt during a hot flush.
A hot flush, right? You could be going to bed.
Okay.
And your feet could be freezing.
Okay.
And you get in bed and you lie down, and within 5 minutes your feet's outside the bed, and you're just comes up over the whole lot of you.
Right.
And then you have to throw the blanket out round, and then you have to wait till that
cools down.
And thankfully mine's is short.
Okay.
I don't know for a woman or lots of people it could be maybe longer.
Well, hopefully there's ladies that listen to this and they can
relate,
input to the comments.
Well, there you are. Is there any comments?
Well, hopefully they might find out.
Well, there you are then.
So you're only lasting for a couple of minutes.
Mine's only last less than 5 minutes.
Well, that's okay then.
And that dropped my level from 4, should have been 0.03 for to say there's no cancer there.
Mm-hmm.
And mine's dropped to below 0.03.
Because
my last one there, I have now stopped the injections since January. They're every 3 months from January, and it's just popped up a wee bit to 0.04. But the oncologists are not bored about that. If it gets up to about 10, maybe they'll start the injections again.
Yeah.
But I just have to keep getting the PSA. And if that sits there, it's every 6 months you get it. And then if it sits low, every year you get it. Your PSA reading.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a blood.
Just a test.
So I would advise any man that's any problems or feels concerned about their usage of,
the same, because I initially thought whenever you said that, I was like, did you feel a lump? So the same sort of thing, like in terms of getting checked, like doing check, because you don't know what could be.
You could check your testicles, but you couldn't.
You would never be able to find your.
You can't test your prostate. Your doctor can.
Mm-hmm.
I'll not tell you how, but
so I was thinking
that your prostate's right at your tail end. Mm-hmm.
Up there.
It's right between your testicles and your tail end.
In the hole.
Yeah, you can feel it. Mm-hmm. But he can't tell you whether you have cancer or not. You can say it's enlarged. And
well,
not only that, prostate.
Football? What do you mean?
There's it can be enlarged and give you a lot of bother, where you can't pee past it.
Right. Okay.
And when I was in, there was a fella saying they can actually shave your prostate to make it smaller. Or else,
I thought you meant the hair on it.
Or else,
what do you mean?
Or else you can self catheter,
right?
And that's a glass one about that length. And you stick it up your penis, and that lets you get your bladder empty.
Oh, pee out. Oh, yeah.
So
you had to do both at one stage. Didn't have. What? You've been round the end.
I'm experienced. I always thought when I was younger, I thought I'm doing all right. I've never broke a bone in my body. Football and all the rest, all that's work and all the rest, never. And then I had a cartilage problem, but I sorted it. But never nothing serious. And then bang.
That
you know what they say, they come in threes. So hopefully
1, 2, and well, you've done the front door and the back door.
1s and 2s.
So I know you want to.
We want to.
Jesus.
You don't.
I'll tell you what.
You don't want to be playing a 1-2.
I've had that much injuries. If I get a 1-2 as well,
wall
fucking
pass.
Jesus just doesn't like me. I'm telling you, or somebody wants me to.
Or a wall pass. You
Or
don't
a
want
wall
that.
pass. Well, you don't want to hit that football inside, you know. But the good positive thing about all of this, and I know we can laugh and we can have a bit of fun about it now, is that you are all clear.
I am. It's all managed now, so
good.
I wouldn't say you're totally clear, but at this moment in time, I'm good.
And can I ask you one question before we finish up? Whenever you initially find out news, like cancer's a massive word.
Yeah.
And when somebody finds out a diagnosis of any sort of cancer,
yeah,
how do you feel? Because I can't put into terms or into words or emotions how the stress. I know I'm a very stressful person, so that would eat at me, and I would worry. And the stuff that would probably come with that for me would be enough that side. But what was that like for you?
You see, the worst time I found was in between. In between, when you were waiting for a scan, you could be stressed.
Yes.
Because you don't know what it's going to show. And then after, you can be stressed too, waiting for something else. You know, my next blood test, I wonder what it's going to be. Is it going to be low? Is it going to be high?
Yeah.
So in between, but the word cancer, I took it, and Mary, my partner Mary, just knew about it, and my mate Dinger was the only ones that knew. I didn't want to tell my daughters to wear them because I didn't know what was going to entail. I didn't want them thinking, "Oh, it's prostate cancer is going to die."
Yes,
I didn't want them, you know. So I dealt with that, but when I hear about cancer, I say, "Well, is it treatable?" I think that's the first thing you have to really.
Right, there's a yes or no, and then there's a pathway.
Is it treatable? Or when you get talking to a doctor, ask the doctor. You know, it might be difficult and you don't want to know, but ask him. And you might come away from it. I came away from it, you know, I'm positive when I came away. Because he says we can do this. And I thought it doesn't work, we can do that. So I thought, right, he's not telling me here that it's stage 4.
And you're,
you know, there's no way.
You've a time.
Yeah, you have a time. Like I've heard stories of good friends there are, you know, terminally ill now and actually have passed away, you know, because of cancer. But I think they do wonderful things.
Yeah.
They are really, really good.
And you think about medical and how they even do simple knee surgeries and stuff. Now, the way that's came on, never mind trying to treat cancer and different things like that.
If you watch some of the programs that's on at night there and they're doing operations, it is absolutely amazing.
It is.
How they can do it and where they can get to do it.
Well,
and then pulling things off your back to make a tongue or something for you.
Well, you don't.
Your back now, not your. He's got that.
It's fucking you. I'm on standby here. Same as the TV.
You got a tea bag for this, worry.
It's fucking
should be warm enough.
Jesus. You like a half flush?
You're laughing, boy.
Oh, I'm sweating here.
I don't mind. You know,
maybe have a flush in here.
You have to. You have to. You have to.
Well, listen. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute privilege to have you in, as you touched on at the start. And thank you for giving me your time and obviously having the conversation. It is a massive thing that we try and promote everything. I do a lot of work on mental health, and there's a lot of people who have come in with some suicide attempts and they wanted to get help, and people with drugs and addictions. And on the other side of it, you've came through something that's absolutely massive as well. So it's nice to raise as much awareness around these things as possible. And yes, do get checked. Why not?
Oh, definitely.
It's very simple. It doesn't sound like it causes too much problems to go and get that test done.
It's blood from your arm.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And if it's low, then no problem.
Yeah.
But, you know,
probably raising awareness more about it to let people know that there's a potential.
I think that's what people are trying to do.
So to summarise it here, in a good way and not a bad way, but if you're going to the toilet more irregularly than what you usually would,
there's no pain. When you go to the toilet, there's no pain.
There's no pain, no blood.
There's no pain.
No
blood. Well, you could have something else. You could have an infection.
Okay.
You know, it can be maybe something, but
if you're peeing irregularly, take a trip to the doctors, ask them, explain it, get the test done, and
Or even if you're not, go and have it done.
100%.
I came out of the doctors once and I met 2 fellas within 5 minutes who had prostate cancer.
Okay.
And they didn't do anything with them because it was a slow growing cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And old age will kill you before the cancer kills you. So they don't do anything.
Yeah.
Just they monitor you. And it's a very common thing.
Yeah, it is.
If you think 2 out of 15 get it, that's a rugby team.
Yeah.
And 15 boys in the dressing room, 2 of them's definitely going to get it.
Well,
no, it makes you think.
It does, when it puts it into perspective. As we talked
yeah. Well, it's very common. Very common. I found it very common.
Yeah. Well, you've got a 4-ball out of it now, probably. You got
a 4-ball. I've got a 4-ball out of it.
Aye. Well, your 2 mates that you met.
Huh?
You said you met 2 boys within 5 minutes.
Aye. Yes. I thought you said a 4-ball.
Well, no. I hope you don't have 4 balls.
You were on the golf again.
I was, because that would have been your wee playing partners then. You had something in common.
Aye. Well. 2. That would be an 8-ball.
No, that's 8 balls.
Aye. A 4-ball.
No, that's 6
and then
balls.
2 4s. 2 4s. 2 groups of 4s, 8.
We could be here all night debating this. There's too many balls getting thrown around. Listen, it's been...
Any one of you think I'm the managers, John? Big Jim, I loved you.
I put on a big hard voice for Big Jim. You know what? I'll fucking loud off.
That's a Belfast stunt.
Oh, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure.
It's been great.
Thank you
Good
so much.
talking to you, Johnny.
The only thing is, we finish on hugs.
Do you?
Aye. I thought you said you watch it.
These hot flushes are contagious.
And I'll tell you what, I won't be grabbing your balls anyway, so up you get. It's been an absolute pleasure. Oh, Johnny, thank you so much.
Aye. You're welcome.
I really am sweating here, folks. Everybody's laughing in the background. It's good.
Aye, it's a good job. You can edit a lot.
No, this will all stay in. Has it been?
Aye, will it, Jack?
You watch it back. I tell you, it'll all be in there.
Will it? No way, but aye.
Well, folks, it's been an absolute pleasure to have Mr. Tom on here. As he did touch on, though, it is quite common these days to have problems wrong with you. So please, if you do think there is anything wrong, go get it checked. We're on the same boat. Everyone should be doing it. We can all help each other. So if you can, go get checked if there is slight irregularities, and grab a hold of the balls from every so often and check them out. It's been an absolute pleasure. See you next week.